Hi, what is going on, team? Today is the 3rd of the 11th, 2025. It is a bright, bright Monday. Um, After the horrible, horrible week we had last week, Friday, I did decided to not trade and take a day off. Um, just to kind of um, take a breather. After the situation that happened last week Thursday, it was bad mindset. Bad trades. It was not really a good kind of look. But Monday, we're back on it. Overall structure is kind of bearish, as you can see here. Minute low, high, low. I do think that we're filling in this range. Price is balancing out before continuing down even lower. To where maybe? I would say I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of points where price could reverse from here. This untapped fair value gap here. After taking out all these lows here, we can tap into this and reverse. Um, But I'll tell you right now, structure's pretty bearish at the moment. But um, yeah. So 4 hour structure was bearish, and checked on the 4 hour, and I said, what did we have? We had this mini 4 hour fair value gap. Do you guys see that? So from this wick to this wick, we had a little fair value gap there. Like what's in that fair value gap? Well, we have these hourly highs up here, as well as these hourly highs up here. But ideally, I did want to take a trade off this fair value gap, as if price went even higher, then I probably wouldn't be trading for the day, just because if price were to reverse off somewhere to continue on the trend, I do believe that it should reverse off these fair value gaps and respect that area. But what's interesting is that London, we had that whole push up to this fair value gap here, and we get no sweeps whatsoever, right? We get no sweeps of near New York high up here. Um, and Asia high with London just opening, I did if I saw a sweep of these highs and the structure that we got, I definitely would have held this trade. But I did get out at break even here, which I'll gladly take. I'm not gonna lie, because there's days like this where we, we still continue on this bullish 5 minute trend after taking out 5 minute lows, and we reverse up to take out these highs. Because when I saw that I got out at break even, I was convinced that we would come and take out these highs just because they haven't been taken out yet. So ideally, I predicted my risk just in case of what could have happened, just because we made all these equal highs here, especially session highs as well. It could be a really good draw on liquidity, to which price could have, taken out these 5 minute lows down here, or reversed up, taken out these highs up here, which we never got in the end. So a second trade I wouldn't even take unless these highs have been taken out. But the trade I did take ended up playing out, which was a good sign. This means that my bias and the way I came about it was correct. Um, so yeah, talking about entries, right? So when pre-market created these two bullish moves up, these fair value gaps here. When London opened, we tried to push up from these fair value gaps, but again, we ended up displacing down. And on create any fair value gaps, which we were left with inversions. So um, I did see that we get a tap after displacing through this fair value gap. Um, After displacing through the second fair value gap here, the one that kind of started the move, or like the last fair value gap, kind of in order to kind of take off to take out these highs. We displaced through that, and we closed really bullish below it. Um, on the 1 minute execution, after seeing that we get that tap back into this 5 minute inversion here, and on the way down, I was keeping a mind on this 1 minute fair value gap because it was the displacement move caused from not sweeping anything, kind of just sellers just stepped in there. So it could be a sign that we sellers are taking over, and I see a push back up into this 5 minute inversion, and once this candle closed or near about to close, I did enter. Stops were above these equal highs up here, strong highs. That means sellers were willing to protect this area up here, and I was targeting just at 1 to 2, just because these hourly draws were way too far, And again, if price wants to go up higher, we could take out these lows and to continue on the trend. But what ended up happening is that I was correct on my bias, and price came out to get Asia lows and these hourly lows down here. And now I would say it is balancing out this move to maybe continue on lower, or is it enough to um, take out these highs up here, which haven't been taken out yet. But again, I did break even on the trade just because we came down here. I didn't mark out the candle that actually stopped me out, which unfortunately was this candle here. I ended up here, and this we had a huge push up, and I think with that huge move up, the pip spread really increased around this area, to which I did get stopped out. So, which sucks. But either way, I did get stopped out anyways at break even, which I'll gladly take. Just because once we displace, we tried displacing from this lower candle here, which we tried to do here. Again, it just wasn't enough. Price kind of saw it as a sweep and try to make some moves up again and try to come back down again, and we get that closure below these lows. But again, it's just it's not really pushing through. We don't get that displacement like we do get through here, right? Um, what ended up happening was that we came up, took out all these highs, and then we get that displacement all the way back down again. So we did get that sweep of these 5 minute highs up here, uh, which price decided to, treat that as, the sweep it needed to fuel the move down to take out these hourly draws down here, even take profit here. But again, with a move like this, I've seen it before. When we don't displace below these lows, when I don't catch it, majority of the time I do get stopped out. Trying to hold trades like this, just because we're so close to these equal highs up here, all these equal highs up here. As again, London did not take out any draw on liquidity, so I wasn't confident enough to even hold this trade. As again, I've seen this a million times, and I think I've posted it on the page as well. That once we don't get that displacement um, below that 5 minute structure, and we don't start displacing from it, it tends to be almost like a gamble to me, just because 9 times out of 10, when we get that displacement through breaking through that 5 minute low, price doesn't treat it as a liquidity sweep. As you can see, is what we did here, as we get that displacement down, but price came out, wasn't ready to go back down again. So I'd rather just get out at break even, call it a day, better than losing. Because if I see a move like this, I'm probably gonna get out of the trade. If I see that, hey, we're making some moves down, even if I did hold this trade out, making some moves down, and then we get that huge displacement up, 9 times out of 10, we are not like we are not we are filling in this gap to continue up to take out these hourly highs up here. And I was wrong about and I would be wrong about my process for the day. So yeah, I mean, overall a win because we were right and our bias was right, and we came into the day with our POIs and they were correct. But a break-even day just because we didn't get that displacement that we were looking for. As you can see here, price took out these 5 minute lows to close the structure. Even though we did close structure here, we came back down, took out these lows down here, and it fueled the move up to um, you know, I don't know, either this order block here and this 5 minute gap here. I mean, it's hard to know because this has already been used. So yeah, I would say ideally people who might have won this trade, to me, they would have gambled it. I mean, they stuck to their trade. Maybe they stuck to their trade. But again, I'd rather take the break even, call it a day, and move on to the next day. So that was today's trade recap for today. Only one trade, as less is better. So I'd rather stop myself from taking another trade and forcing a trade, rather just take that break even or the loss for the day. Yeah. In terms of gold, price was really choppy around London Open, so I didn't even bother looking at it. Euro USD, again, not really, not really certain here. As again, we didn't get that sweep of these Asian highs here. So to me, I'm confused how this move even got fueled. So yeah, so those were today's draws. and yeah, all of them get hit. The trade played out, but again, we're right, but we also broke even on the day. So today, I would consider today a win, just because we were right on the day, but we didn't get that displacement that we were looking for, therefore caused us to be stopped out at break even here. So I would say that I played my moves right. I went break even as soon as we hit these lows, just because we did have equal highs up here, which are a really good draw to then take out these highs and then get that fueled kind of move down, which is what we got here. So I was protecting myself because of that. And yeah, I mean, that was today's session open. Um, and yeah, that was today's trade recap for today, Monday. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. And of course, all glory to God. Wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So I do want to thank him. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.